guys, so we just finished blood service and we are on our way to the first episode of On the Spot. We're going on a secret mission. We're going to one of our leaders' house and we've already sent an agent to pay the way, so come along.
Let's comment the video. Wait guys now, wait. No, I'm not showing that.
Hi guys, so we just saw him now, he's coming. We're trying to, these guys.
Mom was not serious.
He was not serious, exactly.
So I'll just reverse.
Hey,
Right.
he's reversing,
He's
but
reversed, so he's coming
forward. Or he's coming back. Anyone, but he's coming towards us.
Our secret agent.
What's happening? Is she hiding? She did our mouth.
We are here.
Happy Sunday.
Same to you, ma.
Welcome everyone to our first ever episode of On the Spot, where we get real answers to real life questions. Today we have as our guests, first ever guests, Mr. Remy and Mrs. Blessing Iwalehin, aka Daddy and Mommy Tofto. Today our On the Spot trivia topic is something that is germane to every youth, regardless of their status, and it is about relationship. We want to have like an idea. How did you guys meet?
Good, thanks for having us. Well, it started as far back as as friends first, and good friends. I think that was 2006, right? Yeah. So I finished university then, and
No.
Secondary school rather. Secondary school. So, and I found myself in a church, a Foursquare church. After my secondary school education, I got back from school then, and I saw that I got to know that my family now attended that church. And along the line, it happened to be our home church, where the father is the pastor of that church. And we started off as good friends. One way or the other, we got to meet. I've been a person that loves to sing. I joined the choir at one point or the other.
I just noticed that there was this dark guy that was in church, and the day I actually noticed it was a Christmas service, and it's a small church, and the next thing they said anybody that has special number, and I saw this guy, and so I was telling my sister, who sent this guy? Why is he coming to? I was singing the song, and I remember that song, the whole verse. His hand was shaking. I remember wearing guinea hash color. I was not telling my younger sister, is it by force to come outside and do special? And God saved me that day, because I didn't know that the person sitting in front of me was his mom. And I believe she did not hear me. Because I'm sure she would have said, don't marry that girl, she has bad mouth. But for me, there was this kind of person like, when you know they made you like sister come outside, I want to be bossing everybody. So me and my sister were always, now, what is it doing and everything. And we started talking, we are friends, hello. He became the team's president, I became the assistant team's president. And when you're planning program, but we are still friends, innocent friends, nothing, and everything. But one way or the other, I won't lie, feelings started coming in. And the feelings started coming. But I cautioned myself. I was like, let me not assume anything. Like,
See, there was nothing.
there was nothing.
But wait, okay, Remy, at that point, did you like her back?
I like her now. One thing is, feeling is, I've discovered over time that feeling is mutual. Most of the time, when you're liking a lady, there is
The likelihood that she likes you.
likelihood almost
Did I like it that
80%.
time?
Almost 80%.
You know I like it that time.
I mean,
You did not know.
almost 80% that lady anyway. Like,
But that was just it until. Okay, I remember then I was having issues with my O-level results because I left secondary school as a science student. I was writing my O-level again and I just saw someone call me. Okay, the day of chemistry, he called me, asked me when is chemistry. I told him the day. And so he called me the day before, like, when you're going, as I'm going to the bus stop, his house is before the bus stop. So he said, let me know when you're in front of my gate. So I will come down. When I got to there, I'm down, I'm going for my exam. And he came and was walking me to the bus stop. So I thought he was just seeing me up to the bus stop. We crossed to the other side. And I saw him also entering bus with me. I thought, okay, maybe he was actually going out that morning. So I guess that's the reason why we are going the same way. So, okay, maybe he has something to do in that area. I was entering school gates. Oh, there only.
Good luck, child.
So I just sat down. He was just telling me, don't worry, this will be the last, encouraging me. I think, funny enough, the feeling was not very strong. Like nobody has ever done that. And okay, fine. He left when it was time for the exam. Funny enough, that year to the chemistry did not go well. But it was always encouraging. That was one thing. Because I was someone who grew up not having friends. Even though there are lots of people I play with, but I don't share things with. So it came at that point in time where I was losing hope in some things, but I got someone I could confide in, and he was always praying with me, my exams and all, and that actually drew us closer. And so when he decided to ask the question,
I got to know that she was liking me then. I had a friend in secondary school. This girl came
a crush,
to visit
not a friend, a crush.
This girl came to visit
Now I know.
me. This lady came to visit me all the way from Isola to Ibejuleki. The lady came to visit
What was that
me
mission?
innocently. It was actually like
The guy is his crush all through
They said
secondary
the girl
school.
is my, I don't know.
You did know?
So the lady came to the house. Coincidentally, she now entered too and met us in the house. And I knew she was furious, Abi. She went back.
Why you got nothing up?
We are not dating, we are not fussing. We're just friends.
With you.
And she entered the house. So another day and she was
And I went to sit with your brothers.
she was angry.
I went to sit with your brothers.
Then I had to
And you were
explain.
pop-nosing in our discussion with your brothers.
Later, when the lady left, I had to explain to her. She always want to stay with me.
Ah, that's not true. It's actually the opposite of what you say. It's the opposite of what you say.
Well, I think that's the beginning. To the point I popped the question that I was in 300 level.
No,
What?
you were 100 level social. When they gave you social segregation, you took jam. And he actually took jam because of the course. He didn't like the course. He wanted accounting. And me, I actually chose the school. They were not dating, just to be around your friend. And okay, so we're both going to write post-gem in OA that year. So I actually went to his school. He made provision for where I was going to stay in a friend's place. And I remember the date, November 27, 2009. That was when he now asked. And it was so funny. He didn't ask. At least normally, if someone would ask, I want you to be my girlfriend. This nigga here said, I want to marry you. And that was 2009.
Like that.
100 level student.
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
No money in your pocket. As a lady, even though I liked him, I have to. The lady has to be a lady. I said no. No, allow me to think about it. And can you imagine? Nigga was furious. Okay, you're not giving me any answer. I'm quoting you. You're not giving me. I was almost going to cry. Calm down. I said, give me some time. You're like, there's no commitment. If you see me with a lady, don't get angry, don't get jealous. I'm like, are you checking me? Are you laughing?
I said all that.
And Aisha came and said, yes. So since 2009 till now, here we are.
Is there a best time for you to start a relationship? Like you guys have been friends for like 3 years, 2006, 2009. Is Is there best time for the question to be popped?
I would say, should there be a particular time? No. There's no particular time. You can't say this number of years. It depends on the direction of the relationship. And relationship meaning that you don't just jump into love. I mean, the relationship we're talking about, the initial state is going to be being friends. And I used to be under the tutelage of a pastor while we're in Ife. They encourage us that the best person to marry is your friend, that you go into relationship with them is your friend. So once you are friends and you guys are good and you have the leading, you have the conviction that this is the person, which was the Holy Spirit, and that was why. So when the relationship has been to an extent, you've been friends, and you see that it is time, all the boxes has been ticked. Why not just ask the question? And it's not a function of whether you have money or you don't have money. It's about your conviction. You know right in your spirit. You know how you hear from God and you know this is the person. Why not go ahead, irrespective of the number of years?
Okay, I would just say, or just to add to what he's saying, just once you know you are emotionally mature, socially, and finance. I won't say finance wise. We were mature. We're both depending on our parents for feeding.
You know, even saying yes, it's not that you're starting marriage tomorrow.
Yeah, very well. Definitely. Even my father will not allow you marry me tomorrow. That's tomorrow. That's when I said yes.
Lord.
There's this maturity you need to check, like you said, ticking the box before you as a guy you even plan of having somebody to your life, because having a girlfriend or whatever it is called, it's a workload. That's just it. Thank you.
Remy, you mentioned something about the Holy Spirit leading you. Does God still speak to people? Like, does God still talk? Does God still choose this is who you are going to marry? Does he bring Eve to Adam and say, Adam, this is your wife? Are we not supposed to choose by ourselves and just commit it to the hands of God?
All right, thank you for that question. And for me, God has given us the will, the ability to choose. And when we find ourselves, in a position, he said it that finds a wife now, finds a good thing. So it is our responsibility to find. You have to open your eyes. So when you see that you are connected to a person, then you approach God and you pray about it. You pray about it, and you receive from God what God is saying concerning this person. I tell you, if that person is not it, you will know. I used to tell my friends that I yet to get into relationship then, because as at 2016 I was already telling my friends that, see, you guys, by 2017 or thereabouts, I'm going to get married. They were looking at me that, does this guy know what he's talking about? I told them, I said, the reason why you guys are not in relationship is because you've not found. It's not because you don't want to. It's because you've not seen. So when that time comes, you will get to know. So my point is that God will not necessarily, though there are instances, maybe few, in my own opinion, God will not bring somebody to you, but there is a way you guys will connect to meet one another. And maybe it's maybe you might want to interpret it as God bringing the person maybe when you are serving, or when you are together as friends, or in choir, or in the office. It's God that still make that to happen. But the fact is, it is your responsibility to see and to take the action. And when you take the action, whatever the consequence, you have to face it. But God factor is important.
Are you saying that there was no point in time when Uncle Remy broke your heart?
My sister. You gave me breakfast, or we gave each other breakfast.
I don't know.
We ate breakfast.
You both ate
We both
it
ate
together or
breakfast.
separately? Explain.
Okay,
What happened?
I will tell you because he's he's a criminal here. 27th or 29th of November 2009, we started officially. And okay, it was very nice. You know the whole hello, how are you? I'm fine. But funny enough, the person I said yes to is not that kind of person. I know it's the and all ladies, you know what we want in the relationship. The attention, how are you? Have you eaten? Have you done this? And it wasn't forthcoming. Why is it like that? You understand? Why is it like that? You will call somebody, hello, nigga, alpha. Yeah, can I call you back? And I know then he was already in school. I was still trying to gain admission like that. So I have the whole time and he doesn't have that time. I was that bad. You know when you call somebody like, I miss you. And he was so direct with them, let me not lie, I don't miss you.
This man!
And I'm like, you cannot even just like, okay, just say I miss you too. Just say, you will not tell me, why do you like people lying to you? For now, as I'm talking to you, I just came, but there was one fateful day, what I pray. I'll call you. My mom was already telling me, this one, this guy is not the one calling me for this extra cool. I was already feeling somehow. And lo and behold, I want us to end the relationship. Gang. You know, yeah, we all do banga. Okay, what's the reason? He felt we don't have any accountability partner. There's nobody we are accountable to, no pastor, no. So you just feel we're actually doing something on our own. Wow. I felt bad. I didn't feel like begging or anything. So I just said, okay. And we ended the call and we said good night. But I remember that day I felt sick the next day. And the next time they were calling a nurse to give me drip. I couldn't eat. I felt bad. My friend came, she was asking what happened. I told her, because then she used to call him main man. My main man, no, my main man cannot do that. You know, he has innocent face, he's a pastor. My main man can't do that. I'm like, he did it all. Funny, you know, when he came home for the holiday after the breakup, my friend was surprised. I greeted him. What's up? She had to come. Are you sure you guys broke up? I said, we broke up. We are not talking about the fact that we were friends before the whole relationship thing. So I feel the friendship is still worth keeping, even though the whole relationship thing. So that was the first.
Is there a second one?
Yeah. Is the waiter, yeah. So funny enough, I told you I left school as a science student, but I got admission into the Polytechnic for business administration. So I was having issue with accounting, and he is a good person. So he gave me some of his books, secondary school books. Actually, the first semester holiday where you had strike for 3 months, like after a year or so, I came home. He was putting me through accounting. We were meeting in church, maybe Bible studies by 6, we meet in church by 4. He would put me through and everything like that. Along the line, our youth pastor, blessed memory, Pastor Aruwe, so there was this day he called me. What are your plans? I was like, when I finish school, I want to do that. No marital plans. I was not like, marital plans. No marital plan. No, you should be praying. No. That was the first Sunday. The next Sunday, there's a brother in this church that came to meet me. So I was not trying to weigh all the brothers. I made a list of all the brothers. Who could be the brother? Already I've asked him. Maybe he has come, he has gone. On one fateful day, he was teaching me Bible study. After the teaching, he now sent me a message when he got to Orowa. Orowa. I laughed. I said, Orowa. I said, this is the brother. Now I went to meet Pastor Ariwe. Okay, I'll wait. Funny, we finished again after one class. He now came to my house. So we sat down. He now said, let me now put that. He said, you could not look into my eyes. Oh. I know I broke your heart. I just want to know if you threw away the key. And I started laughing that moment. Please forgive us, and at least we have people that we have someone now we are accountable to. And now I just laughed and I said, okay, I will get back to you. And can you imagine this mister called me in the night and said the answer? I said, guy, can you calm down now? You just told me in the afternoon. I will have time to think over it and everything if I want to. But long story short, we kicked off again. So May 2011, we started again, and like that till we now went. No, I told you it's someone that doesn't hide his feeling. All this emotional, baby. But funny enough, you'll be surprised. Sometimes you just get one kind of 10-page message, 2 a.m.
Wow.
to tell you that it is from his heart, and you will read it over. I remember lots of them. You will read it over and over and over again. And when you now call, now like at this moment, that is how I feel, and I sense it. He has his own wonderful way of being affectionate, showing you love and care. Fine. But somehow 2015, we started having lots of issues. So I can't remember why.
I think I was distracted. I was like,
Yes, so seeing some fine ladies. So this faithful Sunday, I now came to him like trying to resolve issues. Like, okay, let's highlight what is actually wrong, so we could resolve it. So after highlighting and everything, the only thing I just heard from him is, I feel we should go our separate ways. Again, I wanted to talk, but as a worry girl mixed with baby blood, I lock up. You cry. Big girls don't cry. I said, okay. He started advising me. Don't worry, I will advise you when you want to go to another relationship again. Make sure the person is higher, spiritually, financially, career-wise. I kept quiet. I was just looking at, but deep down, it's as if somebody stabbed me. My child, lock up. We hug. We are friends. We are good. How you feel? We are good. Hug. I got home that day. I cried. I said, you see this particular breakup, I will forget this guy. I am determined to forget him, even as a friend or anything. Because I was trying to forget him, I got into a relationship that didn't last for a while. Just because I was just trying to just get him off my mind. And I got into this relationship that didn't even last. It didn't last for a month or so. I was vulnerable, so I felt, it's love. After some weeks, I just said this thing wasn't working. Regardless, even though I'm trying to forget this guy, I shouldn't use somebody else. So I ended it up, and for that person, it was a tough one on him because I happened to be the first relationship he was trying. I was preparing for exam. I was surprised. Somebody will be calling me. You will call as a friend. Hello, how are you? I'm fine. So I'm just checking on you. Thank you very much. And because sometimes I will get credit alert. Innocently. Innocently. You're finding your way back. It wasn't innocent. It wasn't innocently, guy. Even my roommate will be like, yeah, this guy is finding his way back. I said, sister, just be watching. I'll say thank you. He will call me. I'm at a friend's wedding. I'm at my, and I'll be like, how are you telling me? What's my business? I'm like, okay, my regards to your friend. My friends were asking me, when will be your wedding? Funny enough, this breakup, we don't really tell all our friends, just very close ones. So everybody still believes that we are actually in a relationship. Even when I told this younger brother that we've broken up, I was like, that one just laugh at me. You people, you don't know what you people are doing. You're very unserious. And continue until one fateful day. I had the exam the next day, so I think I went to sleep. He asked me for my timetable, so I sent him the timetable for the exam. By the time I woke up in the morning, I just saw my WhatsApp message, and the heading was an open letter to an angel. Okay. An open letter to an angel. I read that letter more than 50 times. I had to give my roommate, please read, so I don't look at it and misinterpreting things. My roommate read and said, it's obvious. Why am I asking for people to? Then I also gave my neighbor a guy. That was just, guy wants to come back. And when we went home, we resolved it. This time, he begged. He was on his knees. I made sure. And that was when he promised, no matter what you do, no matter what happens in the relationship, nobody is doing breakup. We'll try and fix it. We'll not do breakup. And he stayed true to his word.
You mentioned something about you guys breaking up but then still being friends.
Yeah.
But in relationships you see nowadays, once they break up, they never talk to each other again. So, is this due to a lack of boundaries?
What kept us today is friendship. And the reason why people will will break up and will still not talk to themselves. And will still, I mean, they break up and they see themselves as enemy. One, I mean, we're wrong. This is my own perspective. One, maturity. One, if you guys are mature enough, you know that you're not ending up as husband and wife, or what you have planned to be is not the end of whatever you guys are going to have together. That is one. And what would have also responsible for that? If your friendship was good, you have good communication before you even go into the relationship, probably that will have sustained you. You see, it is even that friendship that sustains you when things are not working within the relationship. So when all the feelings are out, when there's no money, when things are not going the way you have planned, what keeps you going is God and the fact that you guys are friends. And because you cherish your friendship, you don't want to lose it. Even though you lose the relationship, you still continue. So I think that is what I see. There's nothing bad in it when you guys are in a relationship and it didn't work. It only means that it's not going to work. That's not the end of life. And it's even good that it didn't work and you guys find out on time and you part ways. I think she's in the best position to answer because she was able to move on even though I sat at the breakfast. So she's the one that's able to tell how were we able to still move on.
Okay, I the truth is I valued the friendship we actually had. So it was, to me, I felt it was way more than even if there was no relationship. Because like I said at the beginning, I had problem with confiding in people. So he was the only one, aside God, he was the only one I could talk to about anything. So even if there was no relationship, I still needed my friend. I still needed someone that I could talk to, that prays with me, that encourages me. So fine, relationship did not work. Let's let the friendship continue. So that was just it for me.
Well, as we conclude, I'd like to know, is there something that you learned while being in a relationship that you love to share with us?
I will talk about one, being truthful to yourself in the relationship, and you should be able to trust yourself. I used to tell people something jokingly that if someone calls me and tells me that they found my wife with another man sleeping together, that I will not believe. There's nothing. Even if I enter the house, even if I enter the house and I meet my wife with another man, I'll still give myself a benefit of that it is not true. And another thing is the fact that this would be like a kind of advice to the young ones, that we don't always wait. And that's what I tell my friends, that we don't always wait until you have everything before you say you want to go into a relationship. Just as you pray for your career, you pray for your finances, also pray for your partner. So we should also consciously make this thing to be part of ourselves. Pray about it, think about it, because many people now don't think about it because they believe they are still small. I was talking to one of the youth in the church about relationship. He was like, Uncle Remy, I'm still very young, but I've not even said to my I'm still looking for money, that I cannot be thinking of marriage now. I said, guy, you have to start thinking about it, because it's not when you get to that place that you want to start thinking about.
For the guys to define the relationship, and for the lady, there's nothing wrong asking you, the guy, to define the relationship. Let everyone know where they are going to, so that you won't waste your time. And I think that actually helped me. From the beginning, somebody has already tagged me as his wife, so I wouldn't want to go back to this story. I remember there was this time we had an issue. I got angry. I used my dad's phone to send me a message, and I deleted it. And he replied. I didn't get the reply. So the next when I got to the office, I was doing my IT, and I was like, I even sent you a message, you did not reply. I said, you can't get the reply. I said, why? I said, because I replied back to the number you used. I said, when I got home, I went to pretend as if I was sleeping. My dad said I should come to the church for counseling. I shall got there. Yeah, what and what do you want? I shall told him this that. So he called him, and I remember this guy when the other called me. What's the meaning of the message you sent to my phone? He said, I'm trying to apologize. You can imagine, so that was 2013. I'm trying to apologize to my fiance. He has not told any parent to my fiance what I did. My dad's like, what fiance? Who gave you wife? So just to tell you that the relationship should be defined. So even at that moment, it was defined. Even when he came back home, he was going to meet my dad, like greeting my dad. I had to go and meet that guy. This man just go there. He just told me, the righteous is as bold as a lion. I don't have bad intention for you. So if I was going to have bad, I'll be very careful. I won't make that mistake. So the relationship was defined from the onset. So as a lady, make sure you know what you are getting into. And I believe you should be bold enough to ask, what are we doing? Where is this leading to? And if we still, like, just like we prayed, time wasters, we don't really need that and all. So that's one. And what other thing? There are going to be lots of challenges. If it's mine was a long distance one. When he's on holiday, I'm in school. When I'm on holiday, he's in school. But communication was an issue for us. But we thank God he saw us through. It wasn't really easy. So I will say you guys should communicate. Whether distance, even while you get to see yourself weekly or so, try to communicate, try to express your feelings. Don't assume. I was someone that was always assuming in relationships. So at the end, after I've gotten angry, I've said so many things. At the end, he will let me know his intention. And I was putting 1 + 1 together, calling it 4 and all. So communication will also help. And the major thing, the God factor. That's just it.
So put God first, guys, in your relationships, your proposed relationships and the relationships you're in currently. Let God be number one. I really learned quite a lot from here. I hope you all did too.
Yes, we should always give breakfast.
Please don't give breakfast. You might not be as lucky as he
No,
is.
it helps.
No, you might not be as lucky as he is.
And they say,
Tell
this
them not to
breakfast
give
like
breakfast.
Uncle Remy, speak, sir.
Please,
Don't dish breakfast.
You might not be as lucky as he is. So
When you may lose the right person when you dish breakfast.
God just loved you.
God was
Merciful. Hallelujah.
So you know. So thank you.
Thank you.
Say it
Thank you.
well.
Thank you very much. When you dish breakfast,
I should kiss
we are going to
many people have dished breakfast.
No.
And they lost contact forever.
They lost
with their
They
life
lost
partner.
pots. They lost spoon and everything.
They lost the pots, everything. So please, the fact is, if you're in the relationship and it's not working the way you want it to do, the best thing is not to work out. You can make it work. If what I know now, if I had known it then, probably it wouldn't have been so. Because now I get to know that even in the marriage, there are times that we don't, everybody will just be crazy.
Misbehaving.
Just misbehave. At the end of the day, I will still, because for her, she does not mind. We can 3 days, 4 days, everybody can be in the house, do not talk to themselves. But I will still be the one that will still come and say, guy, what is wrong with you? We might want to first scatter everything. But everybody shout. So if I had knew that while I was younger, there wouldn't have been breakfast.
Saying that as I used to, you will come and say, let's settle it so we can fight another one tomorrow.
I say if we don't settle now,
I will fight another one tomorrow.
So please, when it's not working at that point, please talk things out. So
and just like accountability partner, like fine, though there's an extent to the accountability, it's not as if you're involving them in everything that has to do with relationship. But as somebody that you know that can talk senses into you guys.
Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
Calm down now. We don't just do like that. So bye guys. See you in another episode of On the Spot.
Hi guys, so the Foursquare Gospel Church National Headquarters, Yaba, Big Church is inviting you for our Thursday blast that happens on Thursday 6 p.m. to 7:30. Also, we have Sunday service that happens by 11 a.m. It's always a wonderful time in the presence of God. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow us at 4SQ Blast. Also, you have to subscribe to the YouTube channel down below. Make sure you like, you comment, and you share with your friends. Thank you.